What's up, you guys? It's Eli back with another video. In this video, we're talking about how to become a profitable day trader as fast as possible. Also, this light turns off, it's almost dead. So if it turns off, don't be surprised. It's almost dead, so just don't be surprised by that. But let's hop right into the video, right? So when it comes to day trading, I don't know what stage you're at. If you're a new day trader, you've been day trading for a little while now, it really doesn't matter. This can apply to you in so many different ways. But when it comes to day trading, obviously we know the biggest part is psychology, right? For me in my journey, I already had really good psychology. I was a very patient person. And I mean, obviously, there are things I could eliminate, like social media and scrolling all day on social media, and adding in meditation and different things I could add in that were very, very helpful for me. But for me, my main issue was my lack of knowledge, right, which would make my psychology worse. I think something people don't really realize when it comes to day trading is that your lack of knowledge hugely affects your ability to have good self control. When you are on the charts and you do not know what you're looking at, how are you going to know what's good and bad, right? You have to have a good amount of knowledge to be able to tell what's good and bad and what's right from wrong, right? So the issue and why people take so long to become very, very confident in day trading and take so long to be able to take good trades and know what an A+ setup is they don't focus on their own thing, right? They first get into day trading, they're focused on money, right? You see people making money here and there, right? You look at your strategy, you're like, oh, I lost here, maybe I should switch my strategy to somebody else's, but they're making money, and you start chasing money, and you start running away from building your knowledge on your strategy. You keep running away from it because what do you keep doing? You keep going around in circles, going to this strategy, going to that strategy. You're just bouncing around, being completely dumb, when you could just focus on your own strategy and build your knowledge. And this is why strategy hopping is one of the most frowned upon things in the day trading community, because every single profitable day trader knows that it's very, very bad to strategy hop. Why? Because what happens? You start learning other things and you cannot expand your knowledge in your own sector, right? For me, every single day that I learn more and more about my strategy, I become more and more confident in A+ setups. I become more and more confident in not taking trades. I become more and more confident in everything that I do with day trading because I know exactly what an A+ setup looks like and I know what I'm looking for. But when I first started, I didn't really know what something good looked like. It was hard for me to not take trades. I'm like, I don't really know what's good and bad. I'm just seeing it go up or I'm seeing it going down, and I'm just like, oh, I want to take that. I want to hop in this little trend, right? So when you keep learning more and more as time goes on, and you may be 4 months in and you haven't had a good education, right? I think it's really important to invest in your education, right? You can get free help online or on YouTube. There's so many videos on YouTube that can tell you about certain things, right? But I think having someone right there with you is super, super important. I'm not saying in the mentorship. I actually 100% frown against the mentorship because I don't think it's needed to be able to be a profitable day trader. I think it comes down to you mainly, right? But I think that it can help. For me, I had a mentor. I paid $4,000 for a mentorship when I first started, right? People looked at me, they're like, you're so dumb. Why don't you just grind out yourself? You have to understand that I'm taking knowledge from somebody else who's been day trading for 2 years, and I'm getting that all in 2 months for $4,000. That's completely worth it if you think about it in that type of time frame. But you have to understand though, not every single person is going to sit down and help you every single day. I got lucky the person that was someone I knew and someone that I trusted, right? And you may not have that same them same circumstances, right? So what I would do is just go on YouTube. You can learn the information by yourself. You can do it by yourself. You can. You know what I mean? People do that all the time. But the reason why it takes some people 2 years or a year and a half or 3 or 4 years is because they're not trying to find good information. They're just watching TikToks about these 30-second long videos about what a fair value gap is, watching a 30-second long video about what trend is. They're not sitting down and truly watching a video and hopping on the charts and then applying that and seeing if you can see it for yourself and trying to see how it works and just really diving deep into it. They think they can just be on the shallow level, dip their feet in a little bit, not deep, submerge themselves all the way in it and see success. Imagine trying to swim, but you're like, I don't want to get in the pool. You know what I mean? It makes no sense, right? You have to submerge yourself fully in day trading, but also not panic, right? Not everyone that hops in the pool can swim, right? But when you panic is when you drown. You know what I mean? You have to be okay with the uncomfortable. You have to be okay with waking up and not getting on your phone, waking up and meditating and journaling. Yes, the things are completely boring. I when I'm sitting there meditating, I'm like, bro, I don't feel like doing this. I just want this to be over. 10 minutes, right? But when I walk away from it, After those 10 minutes, I sit there and I'm like, wow, that was really beneficial. I really enjoyed that. I feel a lot more calm now. I meditate after every single win and every single loss because both of those feelings are actually negative. If you really think about it, feeling happy about a win is just as bad as feeling sad about a loss. Because in day trading, you're supposed to be as neutral as possible. So you need to make sure that you are focused on your mind more than anything else. Your mind's the most important thing, and your knowledge is those are the two most important things: your mind and your knowledge. When those two things are paired up together, there is nothing you cannot do in your life. That applies outside of day trading. In day trading and outside of it, if you have very, very good knowledge and your mind is very sound and you're willing to make mistakes and you're willing to wait things out and just be patient, it gets a lot easier, right? And in day trading, it's the same thing. Day trading is not something you can just push through. You can't just bull run your way to the top. It's not like running a business. It's not like going to the gym. It's not like any of the things like going to school, things like that. It's not anything like that at all. You have to take your time. You have to let things happen naturally. Everything will happen how it's supposed to happen. You have to just trust the process and have trust in yourself that you'll make the right decisions and the right moves to get you to where you want to be, right? But yeah, it's not hard at all. And I think a lot of people overcomplicate the whole spiel about being profitable and you have to work so hard and wake up and eat avocado and eggs and steak and go for a 4 mile run, then go to the gym and then not watch social media all day. I don't think social media is a bad thing. It's about how you use it. That's how everything is in life. You could sit and go to the gym every single day for 8 hours, but that's not good for your body. So everything is good in moderation, right? When you overly scroll and when you overly binge and watch YouTube all day and you do all these different things, they're not good, but they can be good in moderation. But yeah, it's not hard to become profitable. I just think you really have to sit down and think about who you are as a person and what things are holding you back right now. If you have the knowledge about day trading, quote unquote, you may know all the concepts, you may know every single confluence, but you don't know how it applies to your strategy, and that's where you start messing yourself up, right? Once you know what a good setup looks like, you should not be over trading. You should not be taking dumb trades because you know what's right and what's wrong. And if your mind is just so cooked that you cannot sit down and say, wow, this trade's not good, I'm not going to take it. I don't know what to do for you, because what else do you need? You know it's not a good trade. Why are you taking it? But yeah, I think that it could be easy if you make it easy for yourself. If you make it hard, it's going to be hard. And when you realize that it is very simple, it's not hard to be profitable. You know what I mean? It gets a lot easier. So I hope from watching this video, y'all can see kind of what has to be done to get you to where you want to be, right? And kind of what's important, because I don't think that you have to make it difficult. It's just if you make it difficult yourself. So, yeah, I just think people overcomplicate the whole day trading thing. I think it's a great skill to have. I think it can be very, very beneficial. But I think people get into it for the wrong reasons. And I obviously got into the wrong reasons too. I want to make money just like you, bro. I want to make money. I wanted to, change my lifestyle and things like that. But then I was sadly mistaken and thought that it was going to be some easy overnight success. And not even overnight, but like I thought it was going to take a few months, and it took 6, right? I thought it was going to take 3 or 4 months. I'm like, I'm a pretty smart guy. I have good self-control. I'm not a gambler. All those different things, thinking that I was different than everyone else when I still struggle with everything else that everyone else struggled with, right? But till you get past that, that's when things get easier. That's when day trading gets simple. That's when all these things start to tie together and they make sense in your brain. And one day you're gonna wake up and you'll be like, wow, I got it. I understand it now. It makes sense. Why am I making dumb mistakes? And I think a good way to do this is by journaling. So if you're not journaling, start journaling. Start journaling every single day. I think people will take trades and they'll lose and they'll start kind of questioning themselves and wondering what they did wrong. They're like, what did I do wrong? What do I need to fix? And they don't compartmentalize what the situation is or what the issue that they're feeling is. They don't put that into different sectors in their mind so they can understand why they took that trade, or if it was a bad trade, if it was just the markets. I think that's super important to do, and surround yourself with other people just like you, other good traders or other profitable traders. You know what I mean? And honestly, I've asked so many guys that are profitable what they do that's different, and I have not heard a different answer. I've asked probably 10 plus people that are doing 30K a month with trading, all they say is mentality every single time. It's not, oh, I had a secret strategy and this and that and then and that. There's none of that. There's not some secret code. There isn't some secret sauce or some secret, you know, some secret, ritual someone's going to tell you to do before you get on the charts to be profitable. It comes down to you. It comes down to your mentality and your knowledge. And once you master those things, it gets a lot easier. Once you master yourself, your knowledge, your mentality, that's really all I have for you guys today. I hope that you guys can apply these things and see some benefits from them. I just think it's super important to focus on mentality and stuff like that when it comes to day trading, which is the most important thing. That's really it for me. Hopefully, I have a good Reddit for you guys today. That's really about it.